Centering pass! Quick pass to Sullivan. Puck sent across the blue line. A little bump and grind, but still hangs on to the puck. Battling for it along the boards. Strong defensive effort. From his own end, he moves it up ahead. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Nice pass. Parch plays it against the boards. Denies him on the play. Getting a little too physical to maintain possession.
Man, they've worked the puck around so well on this shift. They've totally worn out the defending team. About two things are going to happen here, it seems like. They're going to either take a penalty or they're going to give up a goal. This is a great shift.
Into the corner of the attacking area. Here he is with the backhander.
That's close, James. The goaltender ends up beating the shooter to the post. That looks like it's a goal, but it's shut down.
A spirited battle along the boards for the puck. Grabs the puck. Here's a short pass to Sullivan. Carries it in. Slides the puck over. The Red Bulls look to start the transition game. They've got numbers, and they come up empty-handed. Puck picked up by Sullivan. Picked off in the open ice. Move to the middle. Log jam in front. That's broken up. With possession along the wall. Great chance in front. On the backhand in front. And that one's stopped.
Yeah, he gets out on top of the shooter. There's really nowhere for that puck to go.
Maintains possession. And there's the save. Grabs the puck here at the blue line. Handles it along the blue line. And a great save.
In the first period.
41 seconds. Another stop by the goaltender.
Oh, he's locked right in. A couple of stops in a row there.
And forces a huge turnover here with the steal. That concludes the first period. Really, both teams still filling each other out here as we are still scoreless.
Willemins Recycling is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. Willemins Recycling recycles enough paper to save more than 41 million trees.
Both teams heading down the tunnels. We'll take a quick breath ourselves and be back for the second period. Welcome back, everyone. He's Ray. I'm James. Second period set to go. No goals yet through the first 20 minutes. Let's see if this changes here in period number 2 as we get underway. Ray, we've already got 20 minutes under our belt here. What are your thoughts of this one so far?
Oh, hey, James, I just woke up. Nobody's had any shots on goal here. The game's scoreless. Chop, chop, boys. Get to work.
And he makes the save. Oh, and another big stop.
Well, what a quick reflex stop that is. Great scoring chance.
Play resumes as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Couldn't catch up to that pass. The Panthers will play it from the defensive zone. Along the half wall with the puck. Puts it on net. The lane was plugged up and that shot's blocked. And loses possession after a solid hit. And we've got a 2-on-1. Comes up with the stop. Slides it over with pace to Simpson. Takes the feed. And he gets the puck right back. D'Amigo's got it along the wing. Moves it quickly over to D'Amigo. From one-point man to another. Wide of the net. Munich's got the puck in the defensive end. Sends a pass over with the stop. Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. From the neutral zone now. Moves the puck. the pass over. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. Shot. Nothing doing.
Hit the net. No chance to score if you don't get the puck on target.
Slides it back to the blue line. And too much traffic in front blocks that one.
Oh, he looks like he's banged up there. He's going to try and finish the shift, but he's pretty clearly not at 100%.
Hammers the shot. Takes the pass. Here they come on the attack. Shot. Gets a piece of it with the blocker.
High quality chance, high quality save.
The Red Bulls gain possession along the wall. Comes up with the stop. Skates in behind the cage. Back to the blue line. Munich's got a hold of it against the wall. Vokes plays the puck. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. Moves the puck along the half wall. Straight up the middle. Here they come. Lets it fly. Off target. Puck battle along the boards. Pokes it away to keep the pressure on. Ollie's got it into offensive territory. Here's a scores! That one's huge!
Finally, somebody's on the board here. They're able to get a goal. Now it gives them a late lead. Oh, I thought he had this, James. He got a big chunk of it, but it just slowly trickled past him and into the net.
The Red Bulls have taken a one-goal lead here late in the second.
They've got the lead now. They'd like to run this lead into the intermission. Try and regroup and make sure they're ready to go in the third. Well, that's going to be a penalty. They're going to have to call that.
He's going out for tripping, and doesn't everybody feel like they're innocent on a trip?
You feel like you're innocent on most every penalty, but this one always feels like, did you really have to call it?
Well, this gives us our first chance to take a look at the team's power play unit. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Takes it behind the net. Deep inside the defensive zone, trying to clear the puck. Chance to breathe for the penalty killers as they clear the puck.
That's solid play. It doesn't have to be the most attractive play, but that puck has to go out.
That sails over the net. And there's the wrap-up cue for period number 2. 40 minutes in the books, and it's still a 1-0 game.
Present your ticket stub from tonight's game and receive up to 10% off of your meal at Fun-Filled Burgers Family.
And we'll be right back for what should be a very intriguing third. Welcome back, everyone. He's Ray, I'm James, and we are ready to kickstart this third period. Munich's man advantage is still intact as this period gets underway, and they win the draw. Here he is in front! Too many bodies in the way. Here's a chance to get it out, and manages to clear the zone. The Red Bulls move the puck in the defensive zone. Here's a chance to set up now. Wrists one, just misses.
What a chance, right in the middle.
Oh. Ingolstadt's looking to break out and manages to clear the zone. The Red Bulls run out of time on the man advantage. Both sides back to even strength. Up along the wing. They've got the defense outnumbered. Knocked away. Takes it across the blue line. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Stones him in front. Lots of time left in this period. We've got a 1-0 hockey game thus far. While the setters are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck. Quick feed to Sullivan. Munich's gained possession along the boards. Back at the point, they set it up. Oh, what a save with the glove! Inching closer to the midway mark of the period. 1-0 the score. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. On the attack along the boards. Takes the feed. Moves it around along the half wall. Puts it on net, and he stands tall in goal. Offensive zone face-off, and he wins the draw. The Red Bulls have a hold of it in the defensive zone. Coughs it up in the neutral zone.
Ingolstadt's bench is constantly saying, good sticks, good sticks. They intercept the puck, they turn it over, and they can attack. This will be a close game all the way to the end.
Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Pass back to the point. The one-timer! Slides the puck down low.
This has been a heck of a shift for them. They've got them hemmed into the offensive zone. Now they can carry the puck around as the defenders are just going to play a tight box. They look exhausted.
Handles the puck. Here's an odd man rush. With possession along the wall. Takes a bump but hangs on to the puck. Lets it fly. And that goes wide of everything.
Tough to generate a rebound even when the puck misses the net by that much.
Good battle along the boards for the puck. And some nice footwork to free the puck up to his teammate. Receives the pass. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Sends it over. Munich's got the puck. A chance in front. Turns it away. Takes a shot. Oh, just wide.
Didn't miss that by much. He got lots on it.
And that's a great read to pick off the pass. Oh, denies him with the save. I think he got the blocker on it. Quick feed down low. Can't hang on to the puck after the play. Gets the puck back onto his stick. Gets control of the puck right in front of his own end.
Last minute of play.
Final minute to go here in the third. Nice pass. And he sacrifices his body to block the shot.
He got knocked around somewhere on this shift. He's battling pretty hard to try and get the puck out of the zone. He needs some help from his teammates so he can get a change.
The Red Bulls have it against the wall. Along the half wall with the puck. Big save. The Panthers gain control of it. Over the line they come. The sense of urgency has really set in. They pulled the goalie. The extra attacker's out.
Roy's been looking for a way off the ice for a little bit of time on this shift. He was injured somewhere in the midst of it. He wants to get off the ice.
The net is empty. A big draw here looming inside the offensive end. Off the draw, and he ties up his opponent. Beautiful feed up ahead from the right wing side.
He probably wouldn't make that play about 10 minutes ago, but now with a lead in the dying moments of the game, that's a safe, smart play.
Gets the full use of his stick on the poke check. There's the whistle from the linesman calling an offside. Here we go. Face off inside the offensive end. The net is empty. They've got the extra attacker out. Good read by the winger as the two setters tie up. Here's a shot. Stopped by the goaltender. And that'll do it tonight. Well, you post a goose egg, it makes it a lot easier when you're chasing a win, Ray.
It's pretty simple that if your goalie's this good, you can take a chance somewhere. You feel like you're always covered behind you, and he was lights out again tonight.
He sure was. For Ray Ferraro, I'm James Cebulski. Thanks for joining us tonight.